Hey everybody, welcome back to Space Engineers, episode 4 of Quest for Peas. Yes, we are continuing on our journey, having a little bit of a stretch of a little bit of a boogie and a get down. Yeah. So yes, we are still here, but we are fully charged now. So if we have a look here, it can help if we can see our stuff. You can see we are fully charged and we can continue on. So last week we made some pretty good distance here. We've gotten 30 kilometers from where we were. That's a little GPS I made for some magnesium and whatnot back in the direction. And we have gotten quite a bit closer to our station down there. Now, we do have something off in that direction. We're going to go take a look at, see if there's anything useful there. But for the most part, again, we are still trying to get in that direction and ultimately, hopefully, finding a lovely little lake that we can set up our farm base on and get into some serious food production. Before I take off, though, I want to do a little bit of cleaning up on my inventory here. So, left the other base here with a bunch of inventory that I probably don't need to take with me. So what I'm going to do here is dump as much as I can into, like, the connector here. So I don't need to carry this much nickel. So I'm going to throw a few hundred in there. Because the big problem we faced... Oh, yeah, see, I don't need any of this nickel here. So the big problem we faced last week was we were just too damn heavy. Barely could fly, which meant putting in some emergency thrusters, but we are all thrustered up now, so we're good to go there. Man, I can really tell I've been getting too reliant on Izzy's the last little while. So yeah, I usually will use Izzy's inventory management, and what Izzy's does is really nicely pulls everything and organizes things for you. I don't have such luxury at the moment. Yeah, I got a bunch of stuff in there. Yeah, you can see there's so much stuff. Ooh, Prototech. Can I take that with me? No, I have to go get that myself. I don't know why I need the Prototech, but I'm going to take the Prototech just in case. They do have some cool stuff. I don't know if I'm going to be doing any kind of Prototech pursuing. Okay, I just want to focus on the connector here. Okay, so that's the connector I'm dumping stuff into, the heaviest of the stuff, and the stuff that I don't need. I'm going to keep most of my building materials here, like the components, just because when I get to various locations, I like to be able to build something. But it is mostly things like the amount of ore that I'm carrying. All right, I'm going to transfer that magnesium. Still got 2K here, so that's fine. It seems, yeah, I'm leaving a lot of stuff in behind, but yeah, I can't carry it anymore. All right, let's disconnect, making sure we turn our batteries on. We'll unlock here, set up our handbrake, and you can see I am still really full. So yeah, all of these guys are still carrying a bunch of stuff. Really didn't lighten the load that much, did I? If at all. Yeah, there's not much more I really want to get rid of for the moment here. I want to keep the iron. All right, let's try to get a little organized here. So first thing I'm going to do here is start moving stuff around these cargo containers here. So we're going to put all of the ingots in one place. So let's go into medium here just so I can see. So I've only got the one medium cargo container. That's a big problem here. So I don't exactly have a crap ton of storage space. So yeah, you know what? I'm such a pack rat, man. That's a big part of my problem is I'm a horrible pack rat. I want to keep everything. All right, you know what? Just drive away. I'm going to drive away and go see what is up over here, and otherwise I just want to hit the road. I'm gonna do a quick test here, make sure we have our lift So we can see we are lifting, still only have like 17 minutes worth of power. Okay, I'm gonna have to find a place to sit down here. I am going pretty quick. So let's just cut the engines and hit our wheels. So yeah, I'm still gonna go through that power really fast, so I'm gonna really try to limit what I'm using on my batteries. But at least I know that if I need them now, I can do something about them. There's an unknown signal over here. Maybe I should go grab that. Unknown signals now have foodstuffs in them. I got a good supply of kelp chips. So if we look at my inventory here, I'm carrying 31 bags of kelp chips. Kelp chips will give you, what was it, 30% of your health back? Sorry, only 12% of your health back, which is, you know, not a crap ton. So I want to see if there's anything good in here. Why are you green smoking? What is wrong with you? You radioactive? So that's something that is also in the game mechanic now, of course, is radiation. I'm not going to meet any radiation down here on the planet, because Earth-like here. But if I'm in the sun on alien planet or out in space, I'd be taking radiation. I don't know. Why are you smoking green? What is going on with you? Can I knock you over? See if grabby hands will do it. There we go. And release. I want to see what you got in there. A grinder I don't need, and some cash. I will take the cash. Don't really need anything else. Where's your button? Not like I'm actually been getting anything out of these things lately. Still don't know why you're glowing green. Oh wait, get further away from me. Where is your button? Well, it is kind of heavy, whatever this thing is. I'm just trying to find... Here, let's put you on your end. There we go. There it is. Goodness gracious me. And nothing. So, yeah, that is a problem with... I don't know if it's a bug or what the deal is, but actually can't get anything, very rarely get anything from the pushing the button now. And I think... And this is purely speculation on my part, but I think the problem is, is that I've already got pretty much everything in there that you can have for your suit upgrades and your welders and your grindings and all that fun stuff. So I think that's why I'm not getting anything, but I'm just, it's a little weird that I'm not even getting the message. You did not get anything. Anyway. Not really concerned about the button anyway. What I'm concerned about is what's in the container, and I did not get any food. Yeehaw! Gotta remember, watch the speed. You are on the wheels, not thrusters. As I'm going along, I also want to make sure I'm grabbing food, like the fruit here. Gonna take that with me. I mean, it's not really helping me get anywhere fast, having to stop every couple of minutes, but I'm still going to stop for a little while anyway. Wow, I think I just hit the mother lode. Yeah, so it's clear that I'm finally kind of getting out of that mountainous range, which is quite nice here. So I'm getting this really kind of lower hills around me, which is good. And that's giving me more of these grasslands. Yeah, these are just regular bushes. I think that one, though, is a veggie. Yep, that's a veggie. I think you two might be. No, you're one of those fake bushes. I think I was just at both of these guys. Yeah, they're both fake bushes. What about you? You're a fake bush? You're a fake bush. I mean, it's a real bush, but it's, you know, not food in it. All right, let's actually do a bit of an ascension here. And yeah, so things are looking much better travel-wise. So we came from kind of all in that mountainous range and terrain over there, but Yeah, it looks like we've pretty much got some good, clean sailing ahead of us now. And there we go. There is a lovely big-ass lake. That is the first lake I've seen. That is to the east-southeast. So I want to go have a look at that. It is heading in towards where we are heading. And make sure we hit our jetpack. Oh. Take the elevation, find some food. I'll grab that fruit, thank you very much. You're a fake bush. Yes, you are. Okay, let's keep heading towards what that other signal is. I'm gonna eat some quick kelp chips here, and we're gonna keep moving out. Okay, so I'm just pulling up here so I can have a look at it through my camera, and I can see that there's at least one turret there. Looking very Gatlin-y, so I'm going to want to make sure I avoid that. Can't quite see much more. Oh, there's the rest of it. Let's break up here again. Okay, so there's at least one Gatling gun that I'm going to have to contend with, and again, I do not want to bring my rover in with me. So... gonna have to do this the hard way. All right. I'm gonna make sure. Do I have any ice in here? Probably not. Don't think I actually do have any ice. Yeah, so I don't have any ice, which is gonna make it really hard to fill my bottle. However, I do have my tank there. Now, I can do something really, really silly here. I can grind the cockpit down just a little bit. I'm not gonna get rid of it. But it gives me access to this little port there, and I've set the tank to auto refill, which means I can now take whatever empty or partially empty bottle I have, and I can put it into that tank. Now I can't, so it's kind of I can't move it through here. So if I try to move it through the conveyor system here, so let me go find the tank here, and I'm going to prove myself wrong. But you can see, nope, I proved myself right. So you can see I can't push it through the conveyor system because there are small ports in the way. But if you access a small port directly into the tank, it will allow you to slip the tank through that port. So if you're desperate to fill a bottle, you can do that on a small port if you have direct access. Okay, so let me hide my own GPS because I'm getting the antenna signal now. So I'm going to hide that. So I can now see this is a Quark SEC G32. It is one of the abandoned settlements. But that doesn't mean it's not going to try and kill my ass. And that is a red tag. So let's move in. I'm going to use the trees. And I'm going to come in from the left side here, actually. Keeping down on the ground. Or low to the ground. Try to keep as much dirt between me and that turret as possible. Okay, lost track of it. Let's keep moving up. Get a little bit closer. I'm gonna stay on my jetpack just because it gives me a lot more speed. All right. Whoa. Okay. Well, that one's fine. That is an interior turret that I spotted. Okay, looks like... yeah, looks like we're all safe. Okay, no worries here. It is just another abandoned settlement. This one has got a bit of a rover here, which is kind of neat. Anything back there? Don't know. I'm gonna have to grind it down a bit. Let's see if I can't... there we go. Medium cargo. Large steel tubes. I'll take the large steel tubes. Don't care about the computers. That beeping you hear is the one of the hack mods I'm using, or the hack mod that I'm using. So the mod I'm using is the cooperative takeover mod, and what that does is it makes, if there's a remote control nearby, it makes it beep like that. I'm gonna grind down this cockpit. And we can see that there is this AI control module. That's the thing that is beeping behind me. And if I wanted to stop beeping, I have to grind it down. I don't really care that much. I'm going to leave that antenna going. All right, let's check out the rest of the facilities here. Let's see what's in here. Again, based on my overly full cargo container, I'm not going to grab too much of here, just the most valuable bits and pieces, like the large steel tubes, if I need to do any kind of major repairs. So I'm going to keep grabbing these. I can make no, I can't make those. I'm going to grab the girders as well. I can't make large steel tubes without setting up an assembler, and I've been finding myself needing one. Here, let's get this guy fixed up here. I should hopefully have the parts. Clearly this place is safe, so I'm gonna go grab my rover here. All right, just gonna pull up here on the base. Wah! There's a container there. Okay, I'm gonna park right beside this container here. It has something about, of course it's got nothing good in there. Okay, so I need, oh my goodness, you are leaning to the back there, buddy. Let's grab the stuff for that locker. No, it was this cargo container over here. There we go. Now I have to grind it down, build it back up, and the stuff to fix the cargo containers in there. Okay, moving on. Checked that one, don't care, there's nothing in there. And this place is not really gonna do me any good. Okay, so that lake was off in that direction, I believe. Here, we'll just go back up here. See where it got to. Yeah, the terrain is looking so much more favorable. Yeah, so there we go. It is east, southeast, or just straight southeast. That's good. Let's turn off the jetpack again and stop ourselves before we hit the ground too hard. Another container over here. What do you got? Anything good? Ooh, I'll take the Clang Cola. So Clang Cola actually gives you some food now. Not much, but it will give you some food if you are in dire straits. What do we got over here? That's an ore detector. A couple of ore detectors. Anything good in you? No. And no. So you guys are pretty much trash. Basic assembler. He's got a couple of basic assemblers here for some reason, but anyway. Roll out. Okay, so I want to go southeast. It is in the direction of that station. So now this is actually going to raise me a slightly different question as I get closer to this lake. I don't know how far away it is, but depending if the lake is close to where I am now, I don't know if I want to actually set up camp there. I don't want to just pick the first lake I come across after all. The lake is in a pretty good location. You know, I mean, we're in some pretty easy drive terrain here. But it is still quite a distance from that trade station down there, and I'd still like to be able to get a hold of some more foodstuffs without having to do the whole foraging thing. Now, can I set up a base at this lake? Yes, of course I could. I can set up algae farms. I can just continue to forage around. But it does leave me still a bunch of kilometers separated from that base. If I want to do any kind of trading, want access to anything that's in there, maybe some contracts. And there could be some good stuff there. However, if it's a long distance away, that means I have to make myself a transport rover, which is going to delay me getting there. So the question is how much am I willing to delay? Or do I mark the lake that we're heading towards and continue on towards the station, hopefully coming across another lake? We are still driving in the direction we want to go. We are still heading mostly southeast, and the terrain is rewarding us for that. So we are getting much cleaner terrain, no more real craggies going on, which is awesome because, well, with my driving in rovers, craggies mean broken rover. Has, you know, limited battery power for thrusters, very short journey. Like, I could never make this journey if I wanted to fly to that station. I'd never be able to do it with this particular rover. I would have to build something else that's got a lot more thrust and a lot more battery power. And here we are at the lake. Yeah. Okay, so we are now at a lake. Let's have a quick look here. So this is actually really nice. It's got a good shoreline. It is a big lake. Oh, that is big. I'm still 40 kilometers away. So, awesome lake. Still far away. Now, the other thing about lakes, by the way, just in case you're not sure, if you're looking to set up a base, lakes are just awesome for that. Not only because, you know, ice. Oh, I should actually grab some ice while I'm talking here. Not just because of, you know, easy access to ice, but there are nodes that are hiding in that ice. There's usually, there's usually lots and lots of resources, and a bigger lake like this will quite often have multiple nodes. Oh, I can't empty. Uh-oh. I am too full. All right, what am I carrying too much of? What can I get rid of? Can I fit that in there? No, I can't, because I've got large steel tubes, girders. Boy. Okay, yeah, it's getting harder and harder for me to collect stuff and be a pack rat. I do want to get some ice in there, though. Refilled by tanks. Really, nothing in the cockpit either, eh? Okay, let's get rid of... We don't need to be carrying any scrap. Okay, whoa. I've done it. I've done this to myself. I've overfilled myself. This is what being a pack rat will do to you. You know what I have to do? I know what I have to do. Not super happy about it. I have to build and more extension on this rover. No, I don't. I'm not grabbing more. Just grab the ice.
Inventory full.
And get the hell out of here. So, bunch of ice. Bunch of ice. A little bit of ice. Gonna make a little bit of an ice pile here, and I'm gonna keep trying to load the ice as much as it'll let me. It's not letting me probably throw those steel tubes. You know what? Here. Let's stop playing here. I'm gonna drop these for a second. So we'll drop those. That's giving me a bunch more inventory so I can then pick up the ice and load up that. Come here.
Inventory full.
Okay, so I'm gonna try and throw some stuff away here. Just because my poor little rover is so full, so we're gonna make a nice little stack there. Okay, so that's brought that one down a little bit. What else can I take that I don't need a bunch? It's not a lot of reactor components. Don't need to carry any scrap. Don't need all of that cobalt. What else am I carrying too much of? I'm gonna get rid of... Yeah, I only need, like, honestly, 1,000 bags of magnesium goes a long way. That's like 1,000 cases of Gatling armor. Which is nothing to shake a stick at. Okay, O2 generators, just about full. Let's get rid of the gravel. And... Alright, so we don't need this, we don't need this, we don't need this, we don't need this. Little happy little pile there. If I have... Oh, we'll take those now. We can probably fit them in. Yeah, there we go. What else can I take? So my connector, I've got some decent supply samplings of food. So we're doing okay here now. That's fine. Got our minerals. I got 2K of ice in the cockpit. Let's move that to the connector. We've got lots of fruit, so I'm going to stop collecting fruit for now. This is still full, but I think... Yeah, okay. So this will be good. We're a little bit empty now. I actually have some ice in the O2 generator. There you go. I can fill a bottles. And I'm going to make a GPS. So GPS, Ice Lake 1. All right. So yeah, I'm not going to stay here. I'm going to keep moving towards that signal. I really didn't light myself too much, but what I did manage to do was give myself a bunch of ice. So let's roll out. Now I'm just going to get back onto solid ground here. Yeah, friction is a thing on ice, as in lack therein. So I'm not going to spend a bunch of time on the ice. Bye, Lake. Hopefully I find another one, because that's a long go back I'm giving myself. Oh man, there's magnesium here. That's just me driving in a straight line. What are you? You vegetables or berries? You're berries. I don't want any more fruit. More fruit. So as I'm driving here, I am reminded of something I hope actually comes out. I believe it was in one of their Keen's recent newsletters, is that they may be adding joystick support. Oh, please? Please has joystick? I hate driving with mouse and keyboard. At least, see, I mean, I think that's a part of why, you know, look at that silicone. Part of why I do better flying than I do driving. When you're flying, you're using your mouse control, which means it is not a Boolean control, it is a linear control. And what I mean by that is a linear control means that it's a whole range. If I move a little, the mouse a little, the craft moves a little. If I move the mouse a lot, the craft moves a lot. The more input I put into the mouse, the more maneuvering I get from the particular vehicle. That's a linear, so 1-to-1-ish for the sake of argument anyway. Whoa, 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 what was that? I just whipped past something here I want to check. Whereas a Booleans are on-off type switches. Yeah, they're just those bushes. Which means I'm either turning 100%, so on my wheel controls here, that's either turning 100% with a little bit of modification based on speed from the game engine. Let's eat some felt chips. But it is just very much all or nothing, and I really don't like driving by a keyboard and being forced to drive by a keyboard. It was the same thing with the Arkham series, the Batman Arkham series I played years back. Loved Batman Arkham series. One of the greatest games I've ever played. Just really well put together series. Really enjoyed the series. Be that as it may, of course, you controlled Batman via mouse. You're forward and back, walk, run, strafe, whatnot. But your aiming was controlled by the mouse. Until you got the Batmobile. At which point, it forced me into just driving via keyboard, took away any kind of mouse control, and did not give me any joystick control. And I am saying joystick, not controller, because I'm not a big fan of controllers. I have no controller. I like joysticks. I do a lot of flight sim stuff. I do a bunch of DCS with a flight group, the HPB clan. HPB, have no idea what it means, but it's the guys I fly with on the weekends. Ouch! There we go. Oh, roll, roll, roll. There we go. And I have a good X52 Logitech X52 HOTAS. It used to be a SciTech X52. It's a decent joystick. It's a good entry level. I would say slightly, one step above entry level joystick, but I use it and I'm quite good at the flying part of it. I can't use that here, and I don't use controller, so I'm very comfortable with joystick, and I would love to have that joystick support. Anyway, let's just keep driving here and see when we come across our next lake. Okay, so I thought I'd stop and take another quick look at what's directly ahead. You can see there's my rover, and you can see I'm about to cross yet another lake. And I've got a SVY DB1 GPS. I'm going to ignore those. Those are just more of those abandoned settlements popping up. You can see right there, we're going to drive past. There's some lovely little ore deposits and stuff underneath there. We are about 10k past the other one. We are 10k closer to that one there, and yet another large lake. I think I'm going to do the same thing. I'm just going to go straight across the lake here. I will mark it as lake number 2, but I'm still wanting to get closer to that station before I make a decision. All right, so let's get back down to our rover and see what we have over there. Okay, so I'm just driving over this deposit, and we can see that we've got silicon, magnesium, or spice. It's, literally buried in ice. So that, looks like it's a magnesium and silicon deposit. Cool. All right. This is just a tad risky. And I'm going to try to hope I don't flip this. I can see that one of those signals I picked up is just over yonder there. Sitting on the ice. Looks like they got themselves another rusted out turret. Can't really make anything else out. Yeah, that's not come up as a threat. So there is an antenna there. And moving on. All right, I'm going to keep moving. I'm going to get to the other side of the lake here. We're getting closer. Like I said, I am. Let's try not to do that. I'm just staying out of range. If I go past fast enough, maybe they'll leave me alone. If they do have something to shoot at me. We're all good here, guys? No problems over there? No nasty ghosts that have a grudge against the living? Nope. Okay, we're good. When I get to the other side, I want to see how close I am. This is a freaking big lake, and then I'll make my GPS for it. But yeah, I want to get a little bit closer here first. Okay, so we're just coming up on the other shore, and once again, I've got magnesium underneath me. I didn't stop to look anywhere else, but yeah, it's a nice little kind of, if I do come back here, this is kind of a nice little area. It's got a nice little bit of a cliffside there. I loves me a good cliffside base. Let's actually park up here for a quick sec so we can go into third person. So yeah, we got easy access to and on and off the lake, which is really good, especially if I don't find all of the stuff that I need there. But look at the size of this freaking lake. Holy moly. This warrants using our spectator cam, just because I want to see how far up and how big this lake is. Like, look at the size of this thing. So there's ore patch there, ore patch there, ore patch there. Looks like another one there. Yeah, this is a big ass lake. Cool. Okay, well, let's GPS it. GPS. It's right there. So we're gonna go ice lake number 2. That is one thing in Space Engineers I'm looking forward to, is having a proper water lake and simulation. It's going to be a while, I think, before I get Space Engineers 2, and no, I have not jumped on the early bandwagon. I did not get the early access, just because I don't want to be distracted by it and have it kind of get in the way of my head on SE1 here. But when SE2 has gone full survivor and multiplayer, yeah, maybe doing this series solo, but you know, I do want to do more multiplayer series down the road. Then I might start looking at SE2. That's one of those things. Okay, we got a storage depot ahead, so that's another one of those way stations. So I'm going to head towards that one, and yeah, goal today is to basically pick our journey's end. Whether it's closer to that station or whether it's one of the lakes behind me. You can tell I'm getting excited. I just whip past those food bushes without even slowing down. Mostly because, yeah, the driving has become very nice now. It's actually been a pretty good drive this time. No real challenges in the terrain. Yeah. Now, one thing I do not want to do with this storage depot is annoy them. Because you can see juxtaposed, they're both IGMK. If I piss off the IGMK faction, that means I can't use their trade station anymore. They'll stop trading with me, and that would be bad. So right now, they're very much neutral to me, and I'd like to kind of keep them that way, if not get them favorable with me. So, yeah, regardless of what might be in this station here, I'm going to give it a bit of a wide berth, or a bit of a berth anyway. I don't expect them to do anything nasty to me. Ooh, we've got some good airtime there. But I'm not going to take any chances. We are within 20 kilometers now of the trade station, so yay for that. I'd like to get out of the weather here, though. Got a visual on something in the distance, lock down the gear, bring defenses online. No, it's good, guys. No, we're all fine. Everything's cool. I'm cool. You guys cool? All right, I haven't taken any reputations hit. I do want to take a look at it. I can't help myself. Let's see what happens if I try to get a little bit closer here. They start shooting at me, I'm out. If they don't shoot at me, I'm just going to kind of poke around a little bit. I'm going to leave my grinder right where it is. Like I say, I do not want to irritate these guys, or even worse, piss them off. I would like to do business with them. Okay, so this is a okay, it moved and it scared me. Yeah, so this looks like it is pretty much, very much like that other base we came across. So there's like probably an assembler, there's the defensive block. Yeah, it almost looks like it's just a mirror image, doesn't it? Oh, we can look into the skylight here. Yeah, these are kind of tight little buildings. I like these. Yeah, they're kind of nice. I do like these encounter buildings. There's some really cool designs and stuff in there. It's just a good little warehouse. It's like a nice little utility shack, which is sweet. All right, back at our rover, and we'll hit back onto the road again. Okay, so yeah, nothing too exciting over there. Still having to get a little bit close. I got distance, so they didn't care. So I can feel pretty good about just driving through. Again, I am very unthreatening. I have no weaponry on me. I mean, I got the magnesium, but no way of making rounds. Probably could put a Gatling on this thing, but I think that's just inviting trouble, to be honest. So I don't have any enemies. Okay, so I am running the AI enabled and the crew enabled, which means little AI troopers will spawn on enemy stations. But I haven't really put anything else in besides the vanilla encounters, which means, you know, I should be coming across at some point space pirates. I am using perpetually perturbed pirates, which means they're always going to be mad at me no matter how much I earn favor with them. We're always going to be enemies. It's really awkward when you're trying to do contracts like escort contracts and the pirates come around and they got green signals because you've been doing a little bit of, you know, recovery and piracy on your own. And your guns don't shoot, and you fail the contract because your guns wouldn't shoot the pirates. So, yeah, perpetually perturbed pirates is a good one to use if... Am I still that close? If you're trying to keep the pirates as enemies. Once I settle down, I think I am gonna then bring the MES system online. So that's the modular encounter system, which then also gives things like splitsies asserts. It gives you the parallax. Basically, there's a crap ton of factions and various encounters you can bring in that have been created by the wonderful community of modders out there. And the modular encounter system just kind of brings everyone together so that there's no separate rules. They all kind of have... They operate under the same rules for this world, right? Like, they all do have their own kind of unique settings, like the assert. If you want to be fighting drones all the time, yeah, the assert are that. If you get too close to their stuff and you kind of really earn their ire, they will call drones on your ass faster than you can shake a stick. One of the new ones that I've kind of come across is the UTC, and these are annoying, vicious, mean little buggers because they don't ask questions, they just open fire. The other ones will just kind of like parallax and ember and whatnot. Unless you get too close to them, generally speaking, they will leave you alone. Or if you know, the only time they'll really kind of get super aggressive to you is if you've made a habit of picking on them and just really earning you know, their anonymity, their hate. UTC, I kind of just came across them, thought I'd put them into a new save where I started experimenting and playing with the food and whatnot. These guys, without warning, just started shooting my ass. And they're not coming in with little things. They're coming in with big stuff. Yeah, it's been very costly to me in time and resources to account for their attacks. So yeah. All right, I'm coming up very close to this station now. I haven't seen a lake recently. So what I think I'm going to do is once I get within the 10K, I'm going to have a quick jetpack surveillance to see if I can't spot a lake. Hopefully there is one nearby. I'll make sure I fill up my hover pack with jet juice or hover juice or whatever you want to call it, my hydrogen fuel, so I can get quite high up to be able to see around it. I think 10K is a much more reasonable distance. Like, we've done 40K today. You know, it's taken most of the day, but we are getting some decent distance and time. And again, the terrain is still looking very lake-like, a little close to the mountains over there. So I'm hoping I come across something, or even better, that station is, you know, on the shores or on a lake. Oof. I am feeling very much like I am heading for disaster here, pushing the rover the way I am, but not gonna stop. Too close to stop, man. Too close to stop. Oh, Jesus. Oh, Jesus. Oh, Jesus. Oh, Jesus. Not good. Oh, rode that one out. Oh, okay, that was a little scary. GPS Samuel's claim. Okay, so that's just another abandoned settlement. All right, I think I'm going to hold up here just to have a quick look here. And again, we're just going to get on top of the rover here for a quick sec. I think I still got ice. Yeah, lots of ice. So I'm going to refill that bottle. And while I still have some daylight, ooh, not great here, Phil. Yeah, see, we're kind of coming into nasty terrains again. Alright, so I'm gonna bear a little left here. Okay, I may have to go back to one of those other lakes. That one's 14 kilometers behind me, but better than the 30 kilometers. All right, coming up on a rover here. Let's eat some food. Needs to keep out of the red. And I'm gonna ignore that signal, and I'm gonna go this way and try to avoid some nasty looking terrain. Yeah, I think we're kind of coming out of that equatorial. Just based on the distance that we had to cover, I think we're almost trading our latitude north for south here. I'm pretty sure I've gotten quite a bit further north or south. East? I don't know where I am anymore. Yeah, we were at the north and we headed south. Okay. So we are heading for the South Pole, and there's that lovely skybox. I really do love the new skybox. It is so pretty. Just those gas clouds that they painted in there, like, good job, guys. And it's not overbearing, like, it's not super amounts of color. It's just these kind of subtle flavor, like flavors of blue, little bits of green. Just really good job. Every time I get airtime, I think I'm done. Oh, dodge the craggies. Okay, you know what? The terrain is starting to get really, really gnarly here. I'm only 6K away. That means airtime. Now, only one direction at a time, but let's get some forward motion going here. We get some upper motion, and let's just go. I'm pointing my nose upward. I've got 12 minutes of power. I am under full thrust here. I'm going to get a little bit better speed, and once I'm past this ridge, I can get my nose down, which means I can start coasting, and that will give me more juice. And we'll come over the ridge here, and there is that station, and I see no lake anywhere. But yeah, we're gonna close in real quick here. Got 100K or 100 meters per second, 300K per hour approximately. I think it's like 360 for every 100 meters per second. You know, multiplied by 60, multiplied by 60. So you end up multiplying by 3,600. It's 1,000. Reduce the by 2 decimal places because, you know, it's 1,000 and meters to a kilometer is 1,000 ratio. So basically you multiply your meters per second by 3.3. I'm not going to bother slowing down because we can go boink and power. So once you're in a safety zone, there is no damage to your grid. You are indeed safe. And we are here at the station. It is nighttime, but we've made our 40-kilometer journey. We've passed a couple of lakes. I'm hoping there's a lake closer by, but that is our destination, and that is going to be the end of today's episode. Just kind of a nice, easy, no drama journey today. Kind of just, yeah, getting from point A to point B, and we are now at our point B. Probably going to need a point C. I was hoping, like I said, we would be closer to a lake, but we're not, so it is what it is. But like I said, that's going to be next time, where we finally get to look and see what they have to sell, see if there's any contracts, and then finally find ourselves a home. But no more big, long journeys. That part is done, which is why we're at the end of our episode. Guys, thanks for watching. No drama, no excitement. Burned through half our battery so far for this journey, but we're there. Thanks for watching, as always. If you like what you're seeing, maybe, you know, hit that like button like you guys have been doing, and I really appreciate it. It's really awesome. You guys so far seem to be liking the series Quest for Peas. I'm hoping that keeps it going. And we'll go from there. Again, I haven't had a chance to read most of your comments. I have read the comments for episode 1, and I thank you for that. Yeah, we're recording these really close, all in the month of September as much as possible, at least for the first 12, 13 episodes, 14 episodes, because October through December, my schedule gets a little bit tight. So I want to get as much of these in the can as possible. But yeah, that is our future. As again, if you got any comments, go ahead and leave a comment. If you like what you're seeing, hit the like button. If you want to become a channel membership and see these videos a full 5 days earlier than everyone else, hit the old join button below. All your support, I really appreciate it, and it really helps the channel. Helps me keep the side eyes away from my wife hitting me. See, I am getting somewhere with this deer. So, you know, help a fella out, guys. But until next time, hey, everyone, I want you to stay safe out there. I want you to be good out there. And I want you to have a really great day. Until next time, bye-bye.